Hallo Slotbox-Freunde, wir stehen hier mit Ivan von Scale Auto. Er wird jetzt das Studio übernehmen und uns die Neuheiten vorstellen. Welcome, Ivan.
Welcome.
Feel free to show us your novelties of 2025.
Let's go. Hello everybody. We are now showing the new catalog from 2025. This is some of the new items are included, and this includes also parts for 2026, which will come at the end of 2025 or early 2026. So let's start with the range of the Formula cars, Formula 1997. We have two new deliveries immediately, which will be the McLarens from Hakkinen and Coulthard from 98. This is a world champion car and a very nice details. As always, is still missing here some details, but will be printed in the final versions. Then also we have another world champion from a very well-known name and very appreciated here in Germany, I hope. And this is coming also in this following month, which will be March, April, together with the other versions. Then in the catalog you can see two more cars coming from the range. Yes.
Yep.
So we will have three more pieces from the Formula 1994, which is the Marlboro Mercedes, McLaren, the Williams, and the final Williams from Senna, and all the teammates from the 1994. That is what is coming in the range of the Formula 1997 cars. And then we can go on the rally. The rally we have coming out several Libera. This is Manfred Stoll, a German driver, racing Monte Carlo. He's a winner from Monte Carlo. And also we have Gustavo Trelles in two liveries coming together as well at the mid of this year. And a Spanish driver, which is Luis Climent, coming also later on in the year. We have rear wheel drive in the home series, which is the use Sidewinder motor pod and not exchangeable. And we have angle winder and inline options angle winder on the R series, with a great chassis and exchangeable motor pod, higher output motors, and 4x4 wheel drive. Okay, so on the rally cars, this is the schema of mechanics. And we have a new tool, which is the Skoda Fabia Rally 2, which is the newest Skoda in rallying, and it will also come with home series and R series versions. And this is still a prototype, but the tooling is already started and we expect to have in summertime. Also, in the same tool, we will produce the old Skoda. This is the Rally 5, which was in 2015, and this will be together with the Rally 2, and this is two different ages from the Skoda. You can see clearly in the rear and the front lights. This is the old one and this is the new one, so people can have the complete history of a Skoda in racing, in rally racing, from 2015 to 2025. It will be plenty of nice liveries from very good drivers. And so that is what we have in the rally. And then let's move on the GT, which is one of our best strength cars to release. And we are ready with two new liveries of the BMW M8. That's a spectacular car, very nice, very shiny, and very long and flat versions of these bodies. And this is a car which will be in the market early March. And we are actually in the final stage of production and shipping from China these next coming weeks. At the same time, we are releasing two new Audis R8, which is the typical Rovgo Golf version, and a Valvoline racing in Bathurst. That's also very nice. And we do have also two new AMGs, one Rovgo and one Evisu Racing, which were racing by Juncadella and Engel, and was a very nice livery on this. On new toolings, we are finishing on the tooling of the Porsche 992 and Audi R8 GT2. This is in the final stage of the tooling, and we expect to have the first test shots during this February, after the Chinese is coming back from the holidays. And on these models, we will be releasing the first white kits around April, May, which is what we expect to have everything ready for that. On new tools, we are developing an extraordinary Lamborghini challenge, the Lamborghini Cup Evo 2. That is absolutely stunning, very nice, and I'm sure will be a lot of clubs that will be racing this challenge in his usual competitions, because the car is one of the nicest we ever did. We have on all the GT cars, we have the R version, which is angle winder, and the motor pod is you can exchange it by different offsets, and you can replace the magnet. It comes with magnet, but you can replace it. And this you can fit with suspensions. And we have the normal chassis, which is the home series chassis. This is complete sidewinder with a small motor, also with magnet, but have no options to replace the motor mount. So it always keeps the same configuration. All cars we produce mostly in both versions. So people can choose whatever they want. A simple version, which is the home series, which is this configuration, or a little bit more racing style, which is that one. And we have a third one, which is the RS version, which comes with a stronger motor, which much more magnetic effect, much torque, and with a suspension system installed and lightweight cockpit. This is the RS, and not all the cars will be produced in the RS range, and only few selected ones will be done in that range. So initially, if the car is released, it's never released in the RS series. It's always released in the home series or the RS or the R series. RS is coming later on and only in few of the selected items. Okay, let's keep going with the rest of the range. Another very important range for us is the big push we did from last 2 years with the hypercar range. And beside the 963, the Peugeot and the Cadillac, that we are starting to release the new painted liveries. This is already in the market. The 3 versions from Cadillac, which is available in a few units now, and the rest of the stock is coming by sea freight in around mid-February, so you will have in your local shops very soon. And also we just received the samples from the painted liveries from the Peugeot 9X8, which will be in the market for April-May. On new tools, we also have, as we showed last year, the BMW. That is the final prototype sample. The tooling is already started, and we will be available with a white kit on this model around April-May as well. So this is a very highly expected. The nose is spectacular with all lightened clear parts that could be all retro illuminated, and will be very, very, very nice. All the cars from the hypercar range comes with a motor pod at 12 degrees, which is the green one, RT4, and this comes with 16.5 gears and 7.5 pinions. This is a special configuration only available in this range of cars, on the hypercars, because this is the most powerful and the most top performance cars we produce. It comes standard with suspension in the rear as well. So this is one of the top edge cars in the market actually. On the new tools development, beside the BMW, we already start with 2 new cars, which is the SC63 and the G99, which is a hybrid car between 2 cars with an optional nose. We also have ready with the Alpine A424, and we just finished the first sketch of the Valkyrie hypercar car that is also coming for the late of this year or early 2026. So that will complete a range of 8 hypercars in our catalog, which is the top manufacturer on this range of cars, and we have a very good success with all the clubs with it. Beside that, we start with the classic cars, the 911s from 73 and 74. This is a very well-known car because this is the most white 911s from the classic era, before changing to the shapes to 935s and so on. So this is coming with the same chassis. It will be exactly the same chassis for both cars, and you will have different options on the rear wing. You have the duck wing, you will have the short wing, the long wing, and another long wing also for endurance racing that also races with that. And we make special liveries on that car with IDOC versions, which use a combination of different parts, and will be available. All the IDOC racers from the 73 that raced in America will be all available during the next years. We will be in batches of 3, and not all at the same time, but it will become later on steady during the years. Okay, let's go for the 124 range. 124, we just released this last 2024 in December, the Oreca and the Cura. This is a plastic, plastic bodies, and we will assemble in 2 different shape of chassis. One is the Home Series and another one is the Sport Series. The Home Series is basically think for beginners or home users, which can use top performance parts like axle holders in CNC, motor holders in CNC. They come with magnet and they come with an aluminum frame, and the people can really have a lot of fun with it without making a lot of things. And we have the Sport series, which come with the sponge tires, subframe, floating subframe, floating front frame, and very high-tech chassis with carbon parts and aluminum CNC pieces.
Maybe you can explain the main differences between the RC2 and RC3 chassis.
Yes, on the GT class we have RC2 and RC3. We replaced the RC2 chassis setups for RC3, and the RC3 is coming with the same system in the back, which is floating as a standard option for the car, and the RC2 was fixed on the rear end. So this gives an additional performance on the RC3 that was not in the RC2. So all the new cars in 124 that we are producing in GT cars, which will be the already announced Lamborghini and the new 992 from Porsche, which will be a new tooling for this year as well. This will come with RC3 options or Home Series options. And this is coming with the sponge tires as well, the RC3, and with the new connector, which is easy connector to replace motors, or for racing that wants to give away the motors, they all have the same wiring. Okay, so between the Home Series 124 and the R Sport Series, we have something in the middle, which is this option, replacing with adding this piece in the front and this floating in the rear. With the Home Series we can make rear suspension and front suspension as well. So we have, for the people who starts with the Home Series, something in the middle that can upgrade his cars with very few parts and very cheap way to race with sponge tires in a wooden track in a cheaper way before moving to a higher step with the steel chassis of the sport car. Okay, so this is a very nice intermediate level between the Home Series and the Sport high-end quality chassis. Okay, let's finish the range of the 124 with a highly expected GP124. The GP124 is a series of white racing kits, only available in white, will be not coming painted, just kits. And this is classical from the 30s. Okay, we have been assembled some fake tires, but the tires that will come will be this size. So this is only prototype assembled just to test. And the final ones will be this kind of tires with a photo edge piece and a nut, which will be much more nice and appropriate for these cars. On the range we have the auto onions, compressor and not compressor, D-types, and then we have 2 Maseratis, a 4CL and 6CL. Okay, so these two kind of Maseratis and 2 kind of auto onions, and in the catalog we are developing another 3 Mercedes from the same age, a Talbot and 2 Alfa Romeos. So overall 8 cars will be released on that range, which makes the GP124 Classic line very exciting for this year. And the GP124 chassis is coming with exactly the same mechanics for all them, and only change the main base. The main base is aluminium, and it comes with laser engraved, and it's depending of the car, it's D5, D3, D4, and this is the different length of each. So that's very easy. And on the top surface they come with a suspension system in the front, and suspension system in the rear. So this will make a very smoothly race on any kind of tracks, and it's a very easy to set up with different springs for more hard or more soft springs. And this is configuration is inline, CNC mechanized motor holder, and these parts on the top is exactly the same for all the cars. So it's a very low investment class because they share a lot of parts. The only thing that change is the main base between them. And finally, to complete the range, we are reintroducing a brand which is Top Slot, was also our brand, and we start a new line of cars on resin car collectors, which is the 550 Coupe that race in Panamericana, but also race in Le Mans. So we'll have a range of classic cars from the Porsche, Mercedes and Pegaso collection available again into the market for this 2025. And I think that's all, for which is not bad. On the track sets we have the lane change and the track sets ready for this year. So that is what is coming.
Thank you very much, Ivan, for showing your novelties. Alle, die jetzt noch mehr Detailaufnahmen haben wollen, der Katalog ist als PDF zum Herunterladen verfügbar. Link unten in der Videobeschreibung. And Ivan, we will see next year.
Yes,
Thank you for
next year
visiting
coming
us.
again.
Bye.
Tschüss.